All right, track number 4, Can't You Hear Me Knocking? So this one's pretty simple as far as the arrangement goes. It's Keith Richards doing all the distorted stuff. It is Mick Taylor doing all the cool rhythmic stuff. That's just sort of laying in the back, all the clean guitar parts. And then for the second part, which we'll do next time, they switch that off. So it starts with open G tuning, which is the motif for Sticky Fingers as far as guitar tuning goes. So it is D, G, D, G, B, and D. And in this one, though, you will use that 6th string. So it is still there. He hasn't made it a 5-string guitar yet on this track, at least. So the idea is this. We've got 2 parts. We've got a verse and a chorus. And for the verse, we're in the key of G, technically. And for the chorus, we're in the key of C. Pretty seamless transition that they do. So let's look at it like this. You have the D chord, which is just the 7th fret barred all the way across, the C chord, which is the 5th fret barred all the way across, and the G chord, which is all the strings just open. There's your G. So for this, he does a pretty interesting little voicing on the C chord, which we'll get to. So it starts off with that cool double stop, Chuck Berry punky kind of riff. So what he's doing here is it's the 4th and 3rd strings. He's using just his 3rd finger, at least live he does now. But I use 2 fingers, so whatever works for you. So the idea is that you have the D and the G strings together, and you're sliding from the 10th fret down to the 9th fret, and then to the 7th. So it's... All right, then we pull off from the 9th to the 7th. So that whole thing together. And then we do the 5th and the 4th string. The 5th and the 4th string together. Same riff. So. And then when he gets down here, we're going to do this a lot. So get used to this. We have the 5th and the 4th string together. And he's doing sort of the rock and roll rhythm, the Chuck Berry thing. So what that is just borrowing the 5th and 4th string, and then you're playing the 9th fret on the 4th, and occasionally hook up to the 10th fret on the 4th. So that riff, that whole intro riff, right? So anytime he's going back up, he's not borrowing the 9th fret on the 5th and 4th string when he goes back up. It's just that Chuck Berry rhythm. So again... And then he starts that rhythm. And then it's just variations of those notes. Then he moves on. So that little one, he's just bending the 9th fret on the 4th and 3rd strings. So just little tiny variations of that, which he does all throughout the tune. Then we come down to the C chord. He throws in this F sharp note just on the B string, and it's almost everything he's doing here is downstrokes. For most of the tune, he's going and then back up to the D chord, but this time he hits the low 6th string with it. So we got... So then we go to the open G, and then we do his riff that he does in Brown Sugar, and I think it comes up in Honky Tonk Women too. So it's open G, and then on the 5th string you slide from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret, and then open D string, then from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret. Pull off the 3rd fret on the 4th string, and then slide in from the 5th fret to the 7th fret on the 5th string. So that whole thing together. And then we go right down to the C chord. And occasionally he does this really cool riff, which I haven't seen him do live since. I haven't seen anyone do this. It's really cool. So what he's playing is that D note on the 5th string, and then he's barring the 10th fret on the 4th and 3rd. So we've got this. So it's all just little variations of those riffs over and over again. And he switches it up every time. So for the chorus, he hits that open G, and then he goes to the F chord, which feels like a D minor 7 in this case. So from the 5th fret, it's 5, 7, 5, 6, 5, and you're barring all the way across. And he starts on the 5th fret, just barring the 5th fret, and then he walks up to that F, and back down to the 5th fret, which is the C, and then to the open G again. So that sounds like this. And then there's one or two times where he throws in this honky tonk woman riff he does, which is he's playing the 5th fret on the 3rd string, 5th fret on the 1st string, and he just goes 5 to 3 and open, and then he does. So 2nd fret gets bent up on the G string, open, 2nd fret on the D, and then open G string. So that comes in during the chorus. And then to end the tune, he just hits the 7th fret on the on just barring all the way across, which is the D chord, and that gets us into that Santana-esque jam in the end. Okay, so let's move on to Mick Taylor's part. So for Mick Taylor's part, it's pretty straightforward. He's doing all the clean rhythm stuff that's going on. I think on the record he played a 345, so this will be a close approximation. So it's really simple. Again, it's just the same 2 parts, but he's going. He comes in right after Mick Jagger starts singing, and he's doing, unlike Keith, who's doing all downstrokes. It sounds like Mick is doing a really loose alternate up and down. So he's got starts on the C chord for him, while Keith is doing the. Mick comes in with the. So it's the D chord, 5th fret, with that A shape, 5, 7, 7, 7, and then he goes to the C chord, same exact shape, just down a whole step, and then the G shape, the F shape, which is the G chord on 3rd fret, 3, 5, 5, 4, 3, 3. Okay, and that's what he's doing for all the verses. Occasionally he'll do that sort of Steve Cropper chromatic move, and if you just listen for where he puts that. That's a really cool thing that's going on. Then for the chorus, it's really straightforward. It starts with the G chord, using the same shapes, down to the F chord on the 1st fret, to the C chord on the 3rd fret, and back to the G chord, and then he hits the D chord on the 5th fret to end that first part of the song. Okay, so I will see you guys next time for part 2, that jammy section. All right, thanks a lot, and I will catch you later.